everybody, it's another This Is What Happened But You Weren't Here So You Missed It vlog. And yeah, it's Valentine's Day, so happy Valentine's Day to everybody. And what better way to celebrate Valentine's Day than with some food? Because food is love, and I love to eat, obviously. So yeah, we're going to make some ciabatta bread, and I think that you will literally crap in your pants when you find out how simple this is. It's ridiculously easy. Someone will have to come to your house and change your diaper and wipe the drool and bubbles from your lips because you won't believe it. Alright, so here's the footage from yesterday when Kristen and I put the ingredients together. Alright, so now we're going to put the ingredients together, the 4 ingredients. First, 2 cups of flour. I'm using part semolina. You can use just all white flour if you want, or you could use wheat flour mixed in with that too, but it's got to equal 2 cups.
That smells like the finished product already.
Does it?
Yeah.
Awesome.
I guess it's the semolina.
Alright, 1.5 teaspoons of salt. And then a 1/2 teaspoon of yeast. Okay. Final ingredient, 2 cups of water. You can use warm water, you can use cold water, it doesn't matter. Because it's going to sit. So, very gently, don't mix it like a damn maniac. Like, you know, getting stuff all over the place. At first it's going to look wet, and then it's going to look too dry. But just mix it enough so that you get a dough. Like, look, it's starting to come together now.
I have a question.
Yes?
Can you find, what is semolina? Can you just find it at the grocery store?
Wow, I totally screwed that up. You can get it at, like, a grocery store in, like, the organic like the health food section. Guess what? It's 4 cups of flour, not 2. Hang on, let me get the other 2. Okay, so, yeah, I can't believe I managed to screw that up. Alright, so that'll save you guys from screwing it up.
Keeping it real.
That's right. 4 cups of flour, 2 cups of water, 1/2 teaspoon of yeast, and 1.5 teaspoons of salt. Okay, that looks more like it's supposed to now. And
wait, did you say semolina?
Well, 2 cups of some type of flour.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah. Alright, that's starting to come together now. Remember, don't mix it like a maniac because you don't want flour all over the place.
So this is the part where it looks too dry?
Yes. Before it was the part where it looks too wet. It would look too wet even if you had used the 4 cups of flour, you know, to begin with. Okay. So, once that gets all mixed together, like that, we're basically just going to leave it in there. Get most of it off the spoon. I don't want to touch it because I don't feel like washing my hands again. Okay. So it's basically going to look like that. And then you're going to take, well, first of all...
It's already starting to rise. That's so freaky.
Put it in a big bowl. No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
It is not. Put it in a big bowl and cover it with foil. Or something, you know, like plastic wrap. And put it in a room temperature spot where nobody's going to, like, eat it, like a dog or something, so don't leave it on the floor. And leave it in that spot for 18 hours, and then we'll check back on it tomorrow.
Seriously? 18 hours?
18 hours.
Jeez Louise.
Okay, so it's now 18 hours later, and right here is the bowl that we put on the shelf yesterday for 18 hours, and there is our dough inside. We didn't do anything to it at all except let it sit there, room temperature, for 18 hours. So what we're going to do now is scrape it out with our spatula. It's going to be really sticky. So you just scrape it out of the bowl. If it's too heavy, you might want to get somebody to help you. Now literally, this is so simple. Whoops! Guess what, guys? I forgot to put some flour on the saran wrap that I have on the table here. So just put a little bit of flour on the saran wrap because if that sticks to the saran wrap, you're gonna cry. So don't forget your flour on the saran wrap. Alright, so let's continue scraping it out of the bowl. Make sure you get it all out. We're going to do it in a long loaf. So let's just get it all out. Okay. So now we've got everything on the towel here. And what we're going to do is we're going to put a little bit more flour on the top of this, just so that it doesn't stick. And we're going to just pat all the air out of there. If it sticks to your hands, don't worry, just put some more flour on it. And basically what we're going to do is shape the loaf. If you've ever seen ciabatta in the gourmet food store, it looks like an oval. So I just want to throw a little more flour on the top. Just, or any shape you want. I mean, it doesn't really matter. This is just the traditional ciabatta shape. Okay, so now we're going to have our sheet pan, a heavy one. Don't use a light one because the oven is going to be pretty hot. So first, use either olive oil or cooking spray and just give the sheet a spray. Then we're going to get fancy. This is optional. I'm going to take some cornmeal, like they do at the pizza place, and you're just going to sprinkle it on the sheet to help it from sticking even more. So now we're going to take our loaf that we made. This is tricky. It might be a little bit tricky for some people. So if you got somebody to help you, even better. And basically what we're going to do is we're just going to dump it onto our cookie sheet. Yeah, it was important to get that flour on there. Okay, so arrange it a little bit. Okay, now what you're going to want to do is, probably a good idea, just put this on the stove and let it rise for 2 hours. Now when I say put it on the stove, I don't mean cook it on the stove. I mean put it in a semi-warm, like room temperature-ish place. Don't put it outside on the porch when it's 30 degrees. Put it in the kitchen somewhere where nobody's going to touch it, the dog's not going to eat it, people won't be sticking their fingers in it. So we'll check back in 2 hours. Okay, so here's the bread after 2 hours of rising. Now we're going to pop it in the oven at 425 degrees for about 35 minutes. Okay, so here we are out of the oven post 20 minutes, I guess, and we got bread knife. And little tip, when you're slicing bread, let the knife do the work for you. Don't go pushing down. Don't like mash it into the bread. Use the sawing motion. So yeah, this is what it's going to look like when it comes out of the oven. Beautiful golden color from the semolina flour that we used. You could use white too. It's not going to be as yellow as that. Very soft on the inside. A lot of air bubbles. So simple. Please make it. Let me know how it turns out if you do decide to make it. I don't know why you wouldn't make it, because it's freaking easy. Now go make it. Much love.